I know you're gonna dig this.
Well, ladies and gents, I believe this is number 4 of the year. We have another Dayton Jim in the house. Woo woo! Would you please give us your name and who you are in the media industry?
I'm Amelia Robinson. I'm a reporter for the Dayton Daily News and Dayton.com.
Are you from Dayton?
I'm originally from Cleveland, but I'm very funky, so let's talk about it.
We're going to talk about some funk.
Let's talk about some funk.
Let's get the funk out the way
Get the
then.
funk out the way. You can't get the funk out the way too
No,
much.
you can't. Because it always follows you.
It does. It's a funk, baby.
Tell me, how did you learn about the Funk Center?
Well, I learned about the Funk Center because I've been wanting a funk museum in this city from the moment I got here. I came to Dayton not realizing that so many influential artists, came from this city, and I was just intrigued from it from the very beginning. So when I started hearing that there was a movement to have a funk museum, I was of course very, very excited about it.
Wow, we appreciate that. So tell me this. Give me a little history, as if I don't know, on the Dayton funk sound, or what you believe coming in from the outside the Dayton funk sound was, and how it actually influenced funk music in the past.
Well, of course, you got the Ohio Players, who are, of course, the granddaddies of it all. And before that was the Untouchables. They were the Untouchables, and that's where they came from. And then you have people like, I grew up in the '80s, so Zap was our big Ohio band that we listened to, not knowing though that they were from Dayton at the time. But you had Roger Troutman stepping on his own for a couple of great songs, and then growing up in the '90s with hip hop. Of course, you hear all those influences in the music. Songs you wouldn't even think about, were Dayton funk songs.
Yeah, so now, that sound was defining at the time, and it sort of rolls into my next question, in that, like you said, it's still being used today. It's been sampled.
Yeah.
Now, but like the Wright brothers, people don't know that it came from Dayton, Ohio. Like you were saying, the samples that are in California Love, or, More Bounce to the Ounce. If you listen to that music, those samples come from there. What are your feelings about music that is sampled?
I think that it pays tribute to the original music, but at the same time, I wish that people understood the source material a little bit more. This is why the Funk Museum is important, because you need to preserve that history and the importance of those artists who created those things. Because it's not just one beat; it's a whole whole movement. It's a whole feeling that's behind it that you should try to understand.
It's in the blood, isn't it?
It's in the blood, in the water around here apparently too.
Well, that's what Marshall Jones said. He said it's the sweat off God's feet.
It's something.
It ended up in the water because Dayton is a city of innovators.
It
mean,
is.
this entire area, the Montgomery County, from not only the playing, but you've got starter and cash registers and
all sorts of
glue
things.
and music. It's not just music, it's all sorts of things.
Well, at one point, Dayton was actually the patent capital of the United
Yes,
States of
ma'am.
America. Yeah, so it's like,
Glad you knew that. Not many people even know that.
I know all kind of random things.
Wow. Okay. Well, we're gonna
But nobody's
on round
name.
number two, we're gonna have you back, and we're gonna have like a little an expand your mind kind of series going on. So
Okay.
right now we're just doing music.
Okay.
I'm glad you said that, Mr. CEO. We got to remember that going forward. We got to get Amelia back. Now, why do you believe that the funk sound wasn't celebrated years ago?
For the life of me, I just don't know. It's just, to me, I think it was so much a part. Like it's rock and roll music, it's soul music, it's this music, it's that music, but it's also its own thing. So maybe it just got drowned amongst the other music genres in that But I'm glad that this sort of thing is helping it emerge.
Well, tell me this. Do you have a position where you can use your skills to further the Funk Music Hall of Fame and Exhibition Center's goals?
Well, that's part of what we do at Dayton Daily News and Dayton.com. We try to tell these stories that are important to the community, get the word out about them. I know people think, oh, it's the most fun job in the world. And it is a fun job, but it's also about telling important stories to the community, preserving our history, sharing what folks in our town are doing.
You already have a built-in social media campaign for the Funk Center, don't you? Yes, you do.
I can't do everything about the Funk Center, but I'll do.
Do what you can for us, and we appreciate it.
Yeah.
Well, now that you say that, do you believe that the Funk Music Hall of Fame and Exhibition Center, the museum, should be built in Dayton, Ohio?
Well, where else is going to be built? I mean, it's a no-brainer right there. I mean, where else do you have this collection of funk musicians in one place? I mean, if it's not in Ohio, I'll be outraged. If it's not in Dayton, I'll be outraged. You got so many great acts from Cincinnati to Cleveland, all around the state, but Dayton is the core with funk music.
Oh, and we appreciate that sentiment, especially furthering our goals. Well, watch this. So after the Funk Center is built, and people come from miles around, what type of experience would you like to see them walk away with when they exit our doors?
The best music. I've been to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. I've been to Motown. I've been to Stax. Stax was awesome. Rock and Roll Hall of Fame is tremendous. It's like, if it could be one of those kind of things, like a interactive, you see things that are like gonna blow your mind because it's like from a time gone by that you either lived through or you are fascinated with. You feel a connection to it, and that's what basically music does anyway. You feel empowered by it, you feel loved by it. You know what I mean? It's part of who you are. So if people can feel like they're connected to a museum, that's what the goal should be.
You walk away with a happy feeling?
Yeah, feel good about yourself, baby. I don't know, I keep saying baby, but I am.
We're not mad at you. We're men. We understand that, and we appreciate you for being a female. Yes, we do. Well, watch this. Give me your personal funk experience. Do you have one?
What are you talking about, man?
Like, did you go to a funk show or from a concert?
Yeah, well, it's actually funny. Like, went to go see Parliament here, actually, in Dayton. A friend of mine, when I was in college, was living here, and we came to the concert to see George Clinton and perform here in Dayton. And it was funny because my husband was actually at the same show. We didn't know each other, so it's kind of like one of the things we found out. So it's kind of a weird thing that we happen. I'm not even from Dayton, and I didn't go to school in Dayton, but I happened to be at this show in Dayton, Ohio, and he was there too. So that's kind of a weird funk story.
But George brings the funk.
He brings it wherever he wants.
One of the original funk masters.
Oh, yeah.
Besides the Godfather of Soul, who coined the term "on the one," which is how we distinguish funk music from other genres. And that the predominant beat is on the one, and nobody did it better than Clinton and his boys. No doubt.
Still do it pretty good.
Good.
Still going.
Now, like we were saying, you're going to use your social media to further the Funk Centers. You saw I slipped
I see what you're doing there.
You saw I did that. Did you like that?
I see what you did. I got you
what
there.
You got is built in.
Huh?
It's built in for you. You're like you're a walking billboard. You are a true Dayton champ. You know that, right?
Oh, I try, but
yeah. You're seeing you on the screen or on TV, or hearing you, and then being in your presence is a totally different ball game. And people need to understand that you are an amazing woman. I think so.
Oh, thank you.
I think so.
You're amazing too.
No, I try. I try just a little bit. But yeah, you saw I slipped that in there, right?
I saw what you did there.
Because you have a built-in platform. And that's what we're all about right at this stage of the building of the Funk Center. It's just getting the word out, and anyone wants to, donate their time and or money or building or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, nothing is too small. And if we have 5,000 and you've got 10,000, that makes an army of 15,000. Right?
Yeah, I can't wait to use that pass. That's for sure. I can't wait to get in there and really see this thing happen.
Oh yeah, your pass is going to be getting you into a lot of places. I told you, we got to get you out more. We got to get you out more. So it sounds like you wouldn't mind having a role in the Funk Center. Is that
No,
true?
I can't write about it if I'm a part of it. So I want, like I said, one thing I like about being a reporter is you get to tell the stories that need to be told.
Yes, ma'am.
So you want to be able to be in a position where you can do that. But it sounds awesome.
So it sounds like you've been formulating in your mind a plan going forward too.
We're gonna take this thing over the top. Come on, let's do it.
Now you know that those are like beautiful words to our ears because
Oh, yeah.
we've seen this and we live it and we breathe it, and we just want everyone to be as passionate about the Funk Music Hall of Fame and Exhibition Center as we are, because we've seen this place built, and we're so excited about what's in our future, and it's in our very near future, that we can all share in this experience, and then look back 20 years from now and say, look what we did.
Exactly. Well, it comes back to what you were saying earlier. Dayton is a city of innovators, and this is such an innovative idea that we all are hoping comes sooner than later.
Well, last question, just because
Okay.
we're funk, music people. Who are some of your influences on funk music? Like, who are your favorite artists?
Well, I do think probably Earth, Wind and Fire. I loved Earth, Wind and Fire growing up. I also loved Parliament. Like Lakeside. Zap obviously. Like Heat Wave. Yeah, I would say that's probably my favorite. Probably a fight between Parliament and probably Earth, Wind and Fire probably.
Wow. Now that you say that, this will be the last question, I promise you. What do you think about the current music? Do you see any funk elements in some of this new stuff, some of the indie stuff? Can you think of any of the new artists that, without sampling our music from the past, who are creating their own kind of extension on funk music? Do you hear it in the music today?
You hear the music. The problem, one of the things I have a problem with current music is that it's not as real, to be honest. It's manufactured, and sometimes that's okay, but a lot of times it just leaves me flat. It's like whatever. It's you don't remember it. Like you remember some of this stuff because this stuff is real. You know what I mean? That's not real. I mean, it's okay. I mean, you can dance to it, but it's not really real.
And just closing it out, again, the reason why is because music instruction isn't in schools anymore. So, we're missing that component in our society, in that, our children who are our biggest supporters and who we do this for aren't able to express themselves. So now you've got, express themselves in a live sense. Yeah, they can all spin records and they can all rap with a microphone. But can you play a bass? Can you play drums? The only way you learn how to do that if you aren't a savant or if you have a special talent is we learned it in schools. And so not only did it increase our test scores and help us in all other school activities, from math to science to whatever, by being taken out of our schools, it's actually lowered our test scores. Were you aware? You've heard that before?
Oh yeah, music and education is hugely important.
Yeah, one of our main goals is to put the A back in STEM.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Well, a lot of places are doing that now.
Yes,
Arts,
we are.
Yeah,
we saw that there was an error to our ways, and we should have probably never ever have taken out the A out of STEAM. Well, Amelia.
We want you to, Amelia, we want you to have, just to look at this go rate, put it up to you.
Okay.
And let people know that, a couple of artifacts that you have.
Yeah.
And let them know what record that is so they know that Marshall Jones donated to us.
Hey, look at it. Is it the Fire? Fire?
That's the Fire Gold record.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
You see it in there?
Yes. Perfect.
Okay.
Perfect.
Amelia, it has been a pleasure, genuine pleasure, and I'm so looking forward to our second round because these questions are just designed for the masses, and that we want to get that person's individual opinion or answer on a specific question. But in the future, it's going to be round, like, what's your favorite color and what's your favorite car?
Oh, I don't know. God,
Yeah.
that would really stomp me. Those
Yeah,
colors,
see?
I don't know. Is it blue? Is it purple? Is it red? Is it green?
Thank you, dear.
Thank you.